Hello everyone and welcome back to Gran Turismo 7. A little bit of a different video today. We're still looking at update 1.49, which we covered in the previous episode in this series. But instead of looking at any new cars or tracks, this time we will be looking at the physics. And I will say this video will probably be a bit of a jumbled mess. I recorded a lot of different things for this video, some with live commentary, some I'll be talking over in post. I planned a few sort of different types of videos and then I decided I'll just sort of lump them all into one, but this is just a few different angles of this lovely pirouette by the Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. This was in practice for the recent Daytona race. As I was trying to get this car tuned up. I've never really got it going around Daytona as well as the others have. I'm not sure what the secret is, but certainly keeping the car going in the right direction would help. Yeah, had that lovely pirouette and then a big rollover as well to boot. So had a few big moments and eventually I gave up on this car. But when I had this moment, I had a bit of a wonky setup in the car regardless, as I was just trying different things. I'll probably show it on the screen in a moment, but unfortunately these dodgy physics have been patched out, so we don't get quite as crazy stuff as this, and believe me, things will get a lot crazier than these massive rollovers, which we haven't really had in Gran Turismo 7 before. But here is the setup I had in the car: max front ride height, minimum rear for one, and then looking further down, rock solid suspension on the natural frequency, and the other major thing, which I think is what really makes the difference, is the damping ratio: minimum on the front compression, maximum on the rear compression, and then maximum on the front extension, minimum on the rear extension. And for whatever reason, that combination of setups does rollovers if the car gets destabilized at Daytona. So had a few big moments with that one, but yeah, I was just trying different things to see what would work. Clearly that didn't. Anyway, this is a moment from online with this setup. I love I can just bunny hop the whole back straight if I'm a bit more careful than that. This is something else. I really want to see if I can just complete a lap just porpoising the whole way. Damn it! Almost held it for a lap. Wait, I'm still going, I'm still bouncing. Wall. So we move on to Lake Louise in the snow, and filled the field with the most broken car in this update, the Volkswagen Samba Bus. I'm in the Plymouth Superbird, which also has the bounce wheelie effect. Doesn't really work in the snow though, but can be done on a solid surface. But yeah, you can see there's some crazy stuff going on right now, especially on the minimap. Like, I just had one almost land on me on the opposite side of the track. Oh my
Let's get matched up. There we go. Now it's in front of me there.
Oh, that guy hit the ground so hard. Oh, clean race. $6 ticket. Alright, let me just mute the party chat for a moment while we look at a replay of the start. We don't even get going off the grid. As soon as the cars load in, they just start bouncing. And yeah, it's quite ridiculous. So earlier on in the first clip of this race, I showed a Samba bus bouncing around on the opposite side of the circuit. It was this guy. Started out, of course, on the start line with everyone else. Got some massive airtime from one of the bouncers. Bounced again through the infield and then lands perfectly on the other side. So I spent quite a while with Jester. Both of us are trying all different cars and tuning them up to see if we could break them and send them into orbit. The setup was basically make the suspension rock solid with minimum front ride height, maximum at the rear, as well as full ballast at the rear. And this is what happened. Yep. There's a DeLorean on my head, there's a Swift on the moon. This is fantastic. And over we go. Okay, the Tundra is way more broken than I gave it credit for. It is driving, it's like, it's not going to the moon, but it is not having a good time. Here's a look at a replay of the start of that race, and you can see the Samba bus is already bouncing around before the race even starts. One of them's already launched, and then especially when they make contact with the other cars, it sets them off. Some of them get set off on their own. But some cars, like especially the Porsche, which I've got in the Sonic livery there, Bob Jane T-Mart livery. Yeah, that car, I wouldn't expect to have, you know, such glitchy suspension, but it really does. And you know, something like, say, the DeLorean, you know, the suspension on that car's kind of dodgy to begin with, so it's not surprising. And you know, some of these other sort of weirder cars like the Citroen DS21 bouncing around like a funny looking UFO, but the Porsche, a very surprising one.
I can't believe how broken the Porsche is, man. He hasn't even got 3 turns into a taker.
And Jester there confirming my thoughts. That wasn't even planned, that just happened to be perfect timing. I didn't even know there was party chat in this clip, to be honest, but anyway. We are not doing this online, by the way, because these cars, a lot of these broken cars, basically they come up with a little exclamation mark instead of performance points rating, which basically means the game can't calculate the performance of the car. I sure wonder why. Yeah, basically when that comes up, you can't race them in anything other than time trial, and we didn't even know you could put them in time trial at this point, so we thought they were completely undrivable, which is why we're doing it separately in a single player. Undrivable by us, drivable by the AI, which is why this works. There's a Suzuki Swift attempting to go to the moon. Sorry if you get seasick, but there's going to be a lot more on boards like that throughout this video. Also, trying to capture the insanity of this update is a very difficult thing to do in photo mode, trying to actually get an angle on these cars that are soaring through the sky. That actually shows how high off the ground they are is pretty much impossible, but you get the idea. And here is a better replay camera of that little Suzuki Swift launch, and yeah, that probably does give you a bit of an indication how high that went. That is getting very small in the middle of the screen until it comes crashing back down. Oh my goodness. There is no way the car should run after that, but it just takes off like nothing happened. The next thing I wanted to point out is what happens on the minimap, because you can see off the top right now, in the top right, there's a car spiraling out of control. We'll go on board in a second, and as the car gets higher and higher, the icon actually gets bigger. Kind of strange that a two-dimensional minimap has that kind of three-dimensional space. The next thing I discovered is, while I did mention earlier that a lot of these cars are not drivable by the player, one that is, among a few others, is the Toyota Tundra. So we can drive this monstrosity, and if we want to do a lap time at Le Mans and take 5 years to do it, yeah, we can, because this is ridiculous. I was at this for about 5 minutes and got to the end of the main straight. So yeah, it does take a long time, because eventually the car just resets and you get reset about 2 feet in front of where you were before sometimes. So it really is steady progress if you want to actually try and do a lap. So let's not do that. Instead, let's try and do a commentary on this race and see what happens. We're on the way for the Chaos Grand Prix at High Speed Ring. The Semper buses are already bouncing back through the field as we've got a Toyota trying to break dance its way forwards. The DeLorean there coming through as well. The Renault safety car also driving on its front wheels, bouncing along as the Semper buses are really dropping back in the early phases of this one. And we've got Porsche coming through now. Tundra moves across for the block and make sure that Porsche cannot get through. And now further back, another DeLorean slowly making its way forward as the Porsche driving backwards there. Interesting technique, but not really making much progress as one of the Lancers looks like it has tried to enter pit lane there. Both of them making backwards progress in this race, actually reversing from their grid positions as we've still got a Porsche in the foreground trying to get moving, and eventually they do so. Just the two Lancers now still on the start line, as well as I think one of the Group 4 cars, the Volkswagen, there bouncing, as well as the Samba bus. So still a few cars yet to clear the grid area, and very steady progress at the start of this race as the Lancer again reversing, almost getting towards a pit lane there. There's a Volkswagen Scirocco, as we've already got the Suzuki Swift entering the tunnel, and another Suzuki Swift heading that way soon. Looks like they've had a moment. Let's have a look to see what's happened to them. And yeah, just a bit awkward in the braking zone there. Got a little bit of airtime. Absolutely normal stuff there as we come through in third position. The Renault safety car also coming through, and oh, a big crash there for the Renault safety car. And they've not had a great time into the S-bend, and now they have to carry on once more. But the rear end of that car bouncing along, and oh my goodness, we've got a car in the lake. Who is this? Who has gone absolutely miles off the road at this point, and they have absolutely not had a good time either. This is most unusual. I love how the AI is still actually trying to control this thing. Who is this, and how did they get so far off the road? This happened quite a while ago. It looks like they've been here for a while. It's one of the Suzuki Swift Group 4 cars, and it looks like it happened heading into turn 2. So all smooth so far, driving normally, and then on the brakes onto the front wheels, and just gets launched. We've paused it there to get a nice view of the surrounding area in northeast Japan, but in photo mode we absolutely can't see a thing. The car has absolutely launched itself and is very high off the ground in just a split second. Look at this. And yeah, as we're trying to go through very slowly and get a view of the area, this car has launched rather high. And I'm a little bit cautious of using photo mode because it can very often crash the game. I've even had a few crashes without going into photo mode, but especially if you do when the cars are miles up in the air. It's yeah, I crashed the game probably about 6 times or more while making this video. Here's something I found interesting. This is one of the Citroen DS21s, which gets some absolutely crazy launches. They might be able to drive a little bit, unlike the buses, but when they launch, they can do some ridiculous things. And this guy was actually driving back to the circuit after landing out of bounds, then gets launched again. Again, apologies if you get seasick from this, which is looking absolutely crazy right now, and they are going well over 2,000 kilometers an hour. through the air. So, yeah, they're breaking sound barriers at this point. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is some wind sound. That is crazy. This guy's going for a ride. Oh my goodness. This is a roller coaster. Absolutely. Wait, there's the ground far out. That's ridiculous. I wish this game recorded like G-force loads and stuff. That would be crazy to know what the situation is out here. Of course, this is all just flat, untextured ground out here, miles off the circuit. It's almost out of the game's render distance as the car's still absolutely... I don't even know what the word to describe what the car's doing is, to be honest. But it's not having a good time. I can say that for sure. Oh my goodness. This Scirocco is going 4,000 kilometers an hour and counting. Almost 5,000. How fast does this go? Which way is it going? It's not even on the minimap. There's someone way off the minimap, but this guy's gone even further. Still climbing over 6,000 kilometers an hour now, and counting still almost up to 7,000 kilometers an hour. This guy is going to the moon. There's no doubt about it. This guy is going to make it almost up to 8,000 kilometers an hour. Have we reached the speed of objects in space yet? I know they go in the realms of kilometers per second. When talking about satellites and asteroids and things like that. Yeah, I'm not sure. In reverse too. What a legend. Or for a moment there at least. Now we're getting up to 11,000 kilometers an hour. What is that in kilometers per second? I need to do some quick maths here. Up to 12,000 kilometers an hour. This is still accounting, and it's not showing any signs of slowing down. Almost 13,000 kilometers an hour. Let's start working on 15,000 kilometers an hour. If we try and work that out in kilometers per second, I might be able to do it by the time we get there. And with the help of a calculator, I've just done that. It's just over 4 kilometers every single second. Yeah, if we can get much further than that, we will be at the moon in no time. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we can find any other cars going even faster. In the meantime, here's a look back at the start of the race on board now with one of those Samba buses. And this is absolutely crazy, the onboard with these cars. And it takes all of not long at all. There we go, 13 seconds to get launched into outer space at 7,000 kilometers an hour. Holy moly, that's ridiculous. Wow, that guy's gone flying as well, and here he goes crashing back. Oh my goodness, he's gone. He is not coming back. No, wait, here he comes. Oh, wait. This is Daytona. Up next is a race I did with live commentary. It was going to be a video of its own, but here it is. Alrighty then, so let's see how this race pans out here at the Red Bull Ring. And we've already got some cars that are flying up into the air. Oh my goodness, the Volkswagen bus is... Oh, it's landed on my head as we've rammed into the back of the Toyota Tundra. Now we're bouncing. That's the weird quirk of this car, the Trans Am. It can start bouncing at the front end, and once it starts, it will not stop. So the Swift's going around, and yeah, this is Gran Turismo now. This is what we have to deal with. Oh my goodness. Let's follow this Suzuki Swift up here for a while, see what happens. You know what? Let's actually start this over. Let's see how this chaotic race is going to play out. We've already got some cars that are jumping up into the air. Oh my goodness, this guy's there we go. I was going to say he was about to land on my head. Oh, we've got the bounce going. Yeah, that's the quirk of this car. Here we go. Awesome. Oh, I'm not going to be able to turn at all. Sorry, Swift. Sorry. Oh dear. And then the sand saves it. When you get off track into the grass or the sand, it'll stop bouncing. But that's will just go on and on unless you come to a complete stop. Even then, once you start braking, it can even accentuate the bouncing. But anyway, we're up into third place now because most of the cars won't even make it past the start line for the whole race. Yellow flag ahead as we're drifting into the braking zone. This car is so unstable on the brakes with this messed up tune. Let's see if we can get the bounce going again. Let's run over those curves. Can we get the turning done? There we go. Oh, a little bit of grass there. We can keep the bounce just about. Oh, you can see the difference between the two sides of the car when we're half off the road. How much more the side on the left bounces. But here we go. Now we got some good speed going, bouncing down the straight. I'm going to need to start slowing down very early here. The Swift's losing it in front of me as, yeah, we're going off. There's no two ways about it. There's no way we can slow down with the front wheels off the ground 90% of the time. There's just no way you can apply enough braking force. But, yeah, here we go. Still got some cars launching themselves into the sky at the start line. It's just a permanent little fixture of this race we have to watch out for. We've just been punted into the wall by a Porsche there. I mean, I could have gone around them, but oh dear, oh dear. Oh! Yep, there's some cars driving in some very funky directions here. Look at this. Look at this DeLorean. Oh my, wow. Oh, he's gone. What's going on up here? That's the one of the Tundras. Not having a good time. There's a Lancer. Oh my goodness, the other one. Wowee. Here's another Tundra. Look at that. Just bouncing along like it's normal. I mean, to be fair, the Tundras are probably actually doing the best, other than the cars that aren't really that broken like this and the Swift. Because they're actually making some progress around the track. The DeLoreans are doing okay. The Porsches are doing horrible. He gets saved by the gravel as well. And then as soon as he gets back on the road, the bouncing takes over again. Alright, I've given the other Trans Am a bit of an advantage here, so let's see if we can close that margin again. Oh my goodness. I didn't... Oh, there's the other Trans Am. I didn't even know when I passed him. Here we go, back to the start line. There's still some cars launching themselves into the sky. This is fantastic. Oh. Yeah, drive under those cars. Oh, wow. They are not having a fun time back there. Or they're having a whale of a time, it's hard to tell. Oh, hello. Oh, now he's got the bounce going. Keep it up, keep it up. He's doing it, he's doing it. Far out. I've never seen the... Oh, he's in the grass. Off he goes. I was going to say, I've never seen the AI actually get the bounce going. That's cool. Here's the Porsches. Hello. Oh, little chicane on the straight there. There's the DeLorean. They do tend to stay in their pairs because here's the other DeLorean. Oh, we saw the two Porsches together. We saw the Swifts together at the start. I don't even know what the Lancers are doing. I haven't seen it in Group 4 cars much either. Let's wait for the other Firebird to catch up. As we follow this guy to the line. He's gone backwards. There he goes again. It's like the cars are drunk.
Don't stop.
Here comes the other Trans Am. On his way. And there he goes. Alright, let's see what other chaos we can find in this replay. Straight away, before the countdown has even started, the two buses are just bouncing around. Then the Group 4 cars start going off. The other ones, oh, I guess the Tundras and the Porsches as well, but they don't do the crazy jumps, but they're consistent. Look at this. This is spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. Oh, whoa, where is this car going? Far out. This is one of the Group 4 cars. He's off in a field. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that is a launch. Oh, I need to save this replay before the game crashes somehow. Now, occasionally, a car can just get absolutely launched like this one. Where's this guy? Oh, this is one of the Swift Group 4s. I think the entire circuit has actually unloaded. He's gone that far away. Far out. He's just off in the unloaded ground now. Just got the mountains in the distance, which is probably just a standard backdrop. Is he trying to drive back? Hang on. Where? Yeah, he's driving at 57 k's an hour. Seems pretty stable there. Huh. I'm curious if this guy ever makes it back to the circuit. We'll check back with him later. Still haven't seen one that's gone absolutely launched. Oh my goodness, there's the wind sound cutting in. Holy moly. This guy is going on a ride. Oh, of course, it's one of the DS21s. Yeah, these things go crazy. That is ridiculous. What's the ride like in here? A little bit. Oh wow. Oh wow! Look at the speed. Oh my goodness. Did he hit the ground now? Must have. Wow. This guy's still in the somewhat textured ground region. Yeah, obviously hasn't gone too far from the track. There's one there's a few spinning way out of bounds. Oh my goodness. You are not meant to see the hills from that angle. See, he's going 82, but it looks a lot slower than that. Oh, okay, that's why, because the actual texture is not aligned with this surface at all, but he is moving forwards, interestingly enough. So this guy, I don't know if he'll ever make it back to the track though. I don't know if it works like that, like how they would actually get back onto the circuit. Maybe they'll reset if they get close enough. Here's one of the Lancers, just bouncing around. I'm curious to see what happens with this guy here, because he's entering a more detailed texture area. So he's going under the surface of the ground now. This is interesting. This guy's gone to the moon. That's the Volkswagen we were just looking at. Actually, let's see the moment it happened, because it wouldn't have been too long ago. Here we go. Oh my goodness, he's gone. Like, absolutely gone. Wowee. Oh, he's coming back. He's coming back. Oh, there he is. Hello. He's off again. Holy moly. He's gone even higher that time. Like, he's gone. He ain't coming back this time. Or is he? Is that him there? Oh, that's someone else. Oh my goodness. No, I think he's gone. Oh. There's like a tiny speck in the middle of the screen. That is ridiculous. Here he comes. Here he comes. Oh, there we go. Oh my goodness. This is brilliant. Look at this guy. There's the bus. There's the Oh, there's this guy. What happened to this guy? How did he start bouncing around again? So he's actually traveling through some trees now. And, oh! Did he get back onto the track? I'm trying to see on the map. He got back onto a surface of some kind there. Right, not there. Is that the track? It is. So this guy made it back all the way back to the track, out of bounds, and then the moment he gets back, gets launched again. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this guy's going 18,000 kilometers an hour. And getting slower. 19,000. 20,000. This guy just got launched at 20,000 kilometers an hour. Which car's this? Oh, it's the DS21, of course it is. It's the other one. So he was out of bounds. Again, sort of getting back to it. And then goes flying. That is ridiculous. The whole world just instantly unloads. That's insane. Because like this isn't that crazy. It's just bouncing, and then I can't get an off-board view of it, but that is ridiculous. 20,000 k's an hour. Oh, we've got a Swift trying to get back to the circuit. Oh, making a turn. What's going on up there? Everything looks weird from this angle. Oh, gets reset. He's going again. He recovered from his trip to space. That's nice. Whoa. How high off the ground is this guy driving along? Oh, so this is the other one that just got launched at 20,000 k's an hour. And he's making his way back to the circuit. Oh wow, we've got a Swift out of bounds. One of the road Swifts. I didn't know they could go that crazy. Because it obviously happened at some point. Oh, right there. Oh my goodness. He's gone. Let's see if we can actually pinpoint on the brakes, because there's cars going berserk in front, nose diving into the ground a little bit, and then who even knows what this is at this point. I'm gonna need to go like frame by frame here. So here we go, on the brakes. We'll go frame by frame from here. Let's see what happens. Not much at the moment. Still just driving on the front wheels. Might be on the next bounce. There we go. Under the map. Is that the wheels? What the? Well, I don't think... I'll try photo mode. Yeah, it won't let me go into photo mode anyway. Under the pit lane somewhere, by the look of things. But what on earth is going on here? What is this? Yeah, that is absolutely the four wheels of the car. The right front, presumably that is, has come off the rim, the tyre. The rear tyres are off above the roof. This is This is bizarre. Then nosediving further underground. The wheels are slowly coming back to the car. Here we go. They reattach themselves somewhat. Spin this around to this side, we might be able to see a little bit better. Wheels are somewhat back on the car. And then we start going again. Wheels are above the car. We're going up, out of the ground, amongst the crowd. Oh, can I get a photo of the car here? This would be fantastic. Oh, I can actually walk around now. I don't know where the car is. Oh. How high is it? Where's the sun? Where's the car? I see the shadow. If I stand in the shadow and look at the sun, I should find the car. The shadow would indicate that the car is this way. There's the sun. Oh, there's the car. That works. Oh my goodness. He's not had a good time. Where's the best angle to take a photo of this? Yeah, something like that. Just so the car starts getting that sort of hazy effect. Oh wow, firstly that glare is way too high. Let's just turn that way down. There we go. I feel like with a regular shutter speed, it's not even going to take a photo of the car. I think it just won't. Oh, apparently it won't take a photo of the ground instead. I guess because it's focused on the car. That's interesting. I do want the ground somewhat in focus though, so let's turn this way up and see what this does. Hopefully we'll get a nice clear photo. There we go. Still kind of blurry, but it works. That's better. Just make the car a little bit bigger in the picture. There we go. Now it looks like the car's jumping over the mountain. Perfect. And then we get to a car out of bounds. One of the Swifts has been out of bounds there. What is this? What is this? What on earth? I don't know what that is, but it looks crazy. Next up, I was thinking about how we saw earlier the cars returning to the racetrack after going out of bounds, so I wondered if they would ever actually finish the race if given enough time. So I set up a 3-lap race at high speed ring, set an entire field of the DS21, which I think is the best car to test this out, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see if anyone can finish this race ever. Oh, here we go, here we go. There we go. Now it's all kicking off. Ow, ow, ow. Get off. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Okay, we're going. Alright, let's try and keep up with the leading pack. There's only 2 left in front of us, so only 2 survived turn 1. I imagine a lot of them took each other out. This guy's stopped as well. Might get going again, but that just leaves us with the leader. Nope, the leader's gone as well. So that's it. Turn 2. They made it to turn 2. Wow, that was a reset. But will any actually make it to the finish line? That is the real question. Oh no, I was going to say that guy's driving, but he's bouncing too. I'll just park it up on the bridge here and leave it running for a few minutes and see what happens. So I left the game running and waited for about 50 minutes. You can see the total race time in the corner, and yeah, it's pretty clear that I don't think anyone's finishing this race. I mean, technically, given enough time it might happen, but no one had even started the final lap yet. Yeah, that was it. Still have a yellow flag, funnily enough, but the minimap is completely empty. No other cars are even on track at the moment, so they've all taken off. And yeah, that's it. So unfortunately, it doesn't seem like anyone else is going to finish this race. As we cross the line, I would imagine it's just going to tell me that they all finished a lap or two behind. But even on this screen, I'm giving it as much time as possible, just in case there's any opportunity for something to happen with some of the other cars. But yeah, it seems like they are not going to finish. So yeah, that's been interesting. A few of them one lap behind, some of them two. So a few of them did get around to start the second lap of the race. Not many, only 4 started lap 2. But yeah, with 4 starting the second lap in 50 minutes, it would have taken a very, very long time for anyone to start lap 3, let alone finish. So yeah, it would take, you know, I could have been there for 5 hours or something, I don't know. It would have taken a long time. But anyway, so yeah, that's that. Let's have a look at some replays though and see some of the chaos that these Citroen DS21s got into. Alrighty, so as I was looking through the replays, I found this. 155,647 kilometers an hour. I don't know what the top speed anyone has ever gotten a car up to in Gran Turismo 7 before, but if that's not a record, I'd love to see what the record is, because that is ridiculous. In reverse too, by the way. But yeah, this car went absolutely flying at this is beyond warp speed. Let me work this out. Alrighty, so this is ridiculous. This car is going at over 43 kilometers every single second, and at that speed could get to the moon in less than 2.5 hours. That is what you call ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And just to go into some even more crazy numbers, it is approximately 126 times the speed of sound, and a little bit more than 1% of 1% of the speed of light. I don't want this video to drag on for too much longer, so we will wrap things up soon. Oh, that's not a pleasant sound, but clearly the top of the tunnel here does not actually exist, as this guy is trying to find out. But yeah, that's not something you get to see every day. Oh, this guy might be about to make it back to the circuit. Here he comes. Oh, he's a little bit of a rough re-entry, but he's actually made it back within bounds after going way out. And he's got reset, which means he can actually drive properly for a while before inevitably touching the brake pedal at some point and launching into the stratosphere. That is what happens with this car. Accelerating and turning is mostly fine. It's when you touch the brake pedal that all the chaos unravels. Let's see. Yep. Heading into the corner, straight away the car loses its mind. Oh my, he's gone again. Well, see ya. Oh my goodness, this is just spectacular. There's no other word for it. And in one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen, somehow the dodgy physics even affect photo mode, as in escapes, where you are basically just photoshopping your car on a background, essentially. But even the dodgy suspension physics even impact the cars here, which I just do not understand how that works. but it does, and it even generates smoke and snow effects and things. So anyway, that is going to do it for this one. So thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of this rather nonsensical and very jumbled up video. But yeah, I hope you got some level of enjoyment out of that, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Whenever you think